Hello there, this is Bic Benedict. We are playing Transformers Devastation on Prime difficulty, and this is Chapter 2 of 7. It is entitled The Proudstar. So if you're worried about this difficulty, I mean, you might have good reason to if you haven't been going through these campaigns successively, but if you have, then I really think that going from Commander to Magnus is where you're really going to struggle as far as just trying to struggle to get a base level of skill for yourself. And I think, for me personally, Commander, without many upgrades whatsoever, has been far harder than this campaign with upgrades, with just insane damage, you know, like 1 or 2 hits and you're dead. Because you get that level of skill, and you can also, you know, spec out your character, buffer the damage a little bit more. But an enemy like this is just going to give you problems if you're not really focusing on his attacks, because they do increase in speed from Commander. So from what I've seen, I think everything is just the same from Magnus to Prime. It's just that the damage is like twice as much. So on these guys here, just remember that they like to swing fast. They like to swing hard. They're very aggressive, and if you don't keep on top of them, you're just going to be dead before you even know what even hit you. What an iconic! What I kind of hate Vanquish because it ruined me, like emotionally, but you have to respect that. So anyway, like I said, I'm Bic Benedict. I'm here to bring you this guide, and we're going to do it. It's not a very long game, and the more you play it, the less challenging it is. Although it still retains that punishing nature. It's really punishing. I was saying on stream, I streamed this a couple of times, and I was saying personally to myself and privately to others that the game, as good as it is, as challenging as it is, I think it's challenging for somewhat of the wrong reasons. Namely, it doesn't have much restraint to it. It throws a lot of enemies at you all the time. There are things hitting you from off the screen. There are, in my opinion, too many enemies, and it takes too many hits to kill everybody. Now, obviously, by the time you get to Prime, you are going to be dealing a little bit more damage, so it's fairer. It's much fairer. But to complicate the matter, there's a lot of splashiness that occurs on the screen. And you saw it a moment ago when I was fighting, just a lot of splash all over the place, and it's hard to react to something when you can't see anything. And that goes back to what I was saying about enemies hitting you from clear off screen. It's ridiculous. So you kind of have to anticipate if enemies are coming, or turn the camera slightly on them, but it shouldn't even be about that. So I think that's a failing of the game. And it's not a perfect game by any means, but it's far from subpar. In fact, it's the best new game I have played this entire year. So that should tell you something. I don't play that many games, but the ones that I play are usually top tier games if I can find them. And like, what new game have I played this year that's even close to this? Like the combat level. I can't think of anything personally. Excuse me. But anyway, most of these chapters, what you're going to notice, and by the way, I've had to do this commentary twice, which is always annoying, but we'll live with it, I suppose. So, the only things that I have one free slot in my arsenal that I'm not even using, as far as I could use another melee weapon if I wanted to. When I was playing on Commander difficulty, I had some Fists of Fury, and I didn't really care for them too much. So I've just decided to use the sword and go completely with the sword, trust in the sword, and we'll do it. So coming up here now, there's going to be some races up here, but this one here is more of a race just to kill the guy, not necessarily to win any kind of a race. I would say ignore the sentries, the Seekers I think they're called, and just focus on the sentry bot, because he is going to be fleeing from you. And what you want to be doing is shooting him with a sniper rifle. The sniper rifles are extremely helpful in this game. I would say like the shotgun-esque weapons and the sniper rifles, that's all I have. It's just those two. That's all I care to have. And they work fine for me, but my sniper rifle is very weak. So what's happening here is I'm caught in some kind of a status effect. And it doesn't appear to be a knockdown because I can get up. But they have trapped me in a status effect where I am transfixed. I could put on tech abilities that would govern the process of not getting caught in status effects, or minimizing it at least. But I find that it happens too infrequently to even bother. So we're just going to be able to shoot this guy now to take him out. We'll get our rank, and we'll move on to mission 4 from 3. So this is called the Proudstar, and I think at about this time we are heading right to the Proudstar, but the Proudstar will be guarded by Insecticons, so we're going to have to take them out. I believe Bombshell is an Insecticon too. We'll be fighting him when we get into the Proudstar. He's not too bad. It's only when you're fighting multiple enemies in this game that I kind of disagree with it. Sometimes 2 enemies, it's fair, but not like 5, and certainly not 2 gigantic bosses at the end without a checkpoint. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. But I love this game. And it's nice and refreshing to know that I can like something that is based off something that I don't like. I don't like Bayonetta. I mean, I covered it. People kind of get confused, like, if you don't like it, why'd you cover it? It's because I liked it at the time. I was just experimenting with it. But I came to not like it too much. But anyway, we should be finishing up on this guy right now. And this is one of those problems where it's going to be kind of hard for me to like tell you how to be good at this game, because I cannot. You can't transfer skill to somebody through words. You can only give tips and strategies and tactics and things like that. You can demonstrate how to obtain skill, but you can't transfer skill via, you know, my imparting knowledge on here. It's just not going to happen. You have to put in the time. So, anyway, heading on down here now, we're going to go to the Ark. I will refrain from calling it Noah's Ark. It's hard to do that, but I will. And we'll have Soundwave. I don't think he ever fights Soundwave like mono. I think he always has lackeys with him. And certainly this one, he has a Ravage with him and something else that fires at you. So what you want to be doing I don't think that damages you if you're careful. I think it's some kind of an effect that doesn't damage you, which is really nice. I'm going to be avoiding the lackeys right now. I'm just driving up to this guy, doing the rush attacks. And you'll notice that I swing at enemies before I even get to them. It's because this weapon has a projectile, energon projectile from it. So it's really nice to be able to damage enemies from range with a melee weapon. So this particular guy, he does like to sometimes block your counterattacks. Well, I shouldn't say counterattacks. I don't think he blocks your counters. I do think that he blocks your rush attacks sometimes. So when that happens, see, yeah, right there he did it. Right there. And then he's got the sound beams that he throws out. And this game does not have a lock-on, so you can't instantly like find where these enemies are, but it does have a center camera, so that can help you. Can help you a lot, actually. And halfway through the fight, he gets called back, and you don't need to fight the rest of him, but you will. I think there's 2 other fights with him, at least one I know of. It's really hard, but not excruciating, I wouldn't say. I also wanted to mention that at this second I am looking at a black screen where it's not going to translate to the video, but if you recall, now it shifted back. It's a software issue. Some software it does it. It's not my PC. and it's certainly not my RAM. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. There's no way it needs more than that. But unfortunately, I can't transfer my RAM. Well, I shouldn't talk about that. I will in a second. But we've just got like some Insecticons over here, so I wanted to say that I can't transfer my RAM because I bought a motherboard that it's just for DDR4 RAM, and mine's DDR3. And I know many people don't care about that, but I'm really excited to put my computer together when I get it. I only need a processor, and I was streaming this game for quite a while, you guys, on my YouTube channel. I don't really like Twitch too much. I understand that I'm in the minority about that, but I really need more support from you guys, honestly. Like, I don't care about likes. The people who always bitch for likes and you know, those like whores on the internet, there's so many of them that it disgusts me. But I really do value comments. So the more comments I get, the more good I feel about the video. Like, I don't care if people like it, I don't care if they dislike it. You know, there's always trolls that dislike, and dislikes are normal in my opinion. I mean, if you don't like the video, I entreat you to dislike it. I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you liked it, but I understand if you don't like it, you don't like it, you know? So, a couple of stuns on these guys. We're going to finish them off with an ultimate. And I don't think you'll ever see me use the ability gauge in this game. Unfortunately, it's just not an offensive move the way it is with Magnus, or Optimum Prime, whatever his name is. God damn it. What the fuck is his name? I don't care about his name, that's why I never remember it. And look at this camera movement by me. I was trying to watch this. I don't have the x-axis inverted, so I'm screwing up. Anyway, oh god, I hate these. Okay, did you see that? How those enemies disappeared? I should explain that. I killed all of them. I went to look for loot, got lost, came back, saved at an ark. Noah's Ark. Excuse me. Wow. I do have a cold. Sorry, I don't smoke or anything like that. I used to, but I quit. I quit a long damn time ago. It's been a long time since... yeah, I was going to explain that. I got lost, right? And I saved at the ark, then I came back, and then those enemies reset is what happened. And this is a palette swap from Mission 49. So if you ever need a grind for items, go to Mission 49, spec out all of your stuff to give you like rare weapon drops and extra weapon drops. Use the item capsules too, and you will get a ton of stuff. Even better stuff on the higher difficulties. And what you're supposed to do here is shoot everybody who jumps on board. Those who jump on board give out presents and gifts for you. They'll just fly right into you. The gifts, I should say. And you want to shoot the electric balls, or they will stun lock you and stagger you, and you will not be able to get back on the turret. And you almost always get an SS rank on this. I've only once got an S rank. Every other, like the 20 times I've done it on the challenge maps to grind for stuff, farm. It's the penultimate farming location, Mission 49. It unlocks relatively early too. Yeah, so anyway, I've been kind of busy. I've been dealing with some personal stuff, and recently I've just been busy. That's why the channel's been kind of low, so I just wanted to apologize for that. But I really do need your guys' support for a lot of these videos, so the more comments I get on them, the better. And Scrapnel, he's just a standard foe. Watch out for the blocking of your rush attack by this guy. And when he goes into the air, I will be kind of careful about following him, because if you fall, you take some pretty good fall damage. And what you want to basically do is just wait for the second right before the electricity sparks, and then dodge, like everything else in this game, to induce the focus time. And then, you know, do your shoot dodges, your AR modes, your whatever it's called, still safe riposts, parries and counterattacks and all those great things. Take him down. So now he's yellow, and that means he's in a state of stun. And we took him down, but we were dangling over a precipice very dangerously. But fortunately, it set us back down on the ground. And now we're going to interact with the computer terminal and then move on to the next section. And another fight with Bombshell. So this guy, even though he's fairly quick, he does a lot of blocking. He does some burst attacks with his bombs. He throws gunk down, and he raises the floor and kind of makes you kind of get over to him and work your way over to him. My prognosis at this point was pretty poor. Very unfavorable situation to be in, but I still was able to push through and pull forward. And I got him down. But what's going to happen is he's going to take a swipe at you, you hit him, and you counterattack, you go into your parries. And he doesn't have that many fast attacks, so it's a fair fight. It's just one-on-one, which is very fair. And God, I love this weapon. I got it randomly one time. And it'd be nice if you can like trade weapons with friends and stuff like that. I hope they put more time into this game as far as adding downloadable content. Like, I would have paid $5 to unlock Prime difficulty. That would have saved me so much time, man. Okay, guys, we've just got a few more battles left. In fact, once we clear this one up, we will be going up ahead. And some people are asking me, because I was saying on Twitter that I have no sound on my game, and that is true in full screen. But if I put the game in windowed mode, then I do get screen. Windowed mode is it has some platforming to do, and then we'll have a boss fight with Bombshell, and then 3 more bosses, including I think kickback. I think it's kickback. I was gonna say Kickstarter, but this game wouldn't reference something like that. But yes, if I play in windowed mode, I can have sound, and this game only supports 1920 by 1080, and normally modern games, hell, even Devil May Cry 4 supports 1920 by 1200, which is my monitor resolution. But at least it runs at 60. Platinum games are all they all run at 60, which is really nice. And in the last video, what I was mentioning about that negativity test to JP Kellums, it was just somebody that I just selected to see if it would work, because he's the only person I know. Like, yeah, I really know this guy. I don't even know him from Adam, but I just was trying to see, just because I felt that resentment from having to unlock so many difficulties, and I was just kind of venting, and I didn't expect a reply, and I got one. And anyway, I'm not a bad guy. I just wanted to make that clear. I'm not some troll on Twitter. But anyway, here is Kickback. Kickback is his name. This particular guy is not too difficult. He does have some pretty big defense sometimes when you go to do your rush attack. And beware of when he stretches out his legs and he turns into this bug, because he is an Insecticon. So just kind of go through it. That's what the still safe and the focus is all about. And you get a checkpoint when you take off half of Kickback's life, and then you've got Bombshell and Scrapnel to deal with. More Insecticons here, so you want to finish off Kickback right away. And I currently have this character. He's maxed out at 99 at everything, but still it doesn't really matter because you get damaged heftily on this difficulty. And there is a minute fluctuation about surviving with the endurance, but it's still prime difficulty. You're still going to get 2-shotted, 3-shotted. You know, I mean, look at my health. That's prime difficulty for you right there. And next I'm going to upgrade Optimus Prime. Take care. Oh wait, sorry. Take care, of course, but we still have one more thing to do to destroy the crystal shielding. So you want to do rush attacks after you do melee attacks, and then some Insecticons are going to try to stop you from hitting the shielding. So what you need to do is, I found that going to the right is better because there's going to be some barriers standing in your way. Not the Insecticons, but if you go right, it's a lot better, and then this thing will almost be destroyed at that point. And I am going to see you in Chapter 3. Take care.